Brand news in brief now, and 10 years after their first attempt, Taste Holdings will be bringing international pizza chain Domino's to local shores once again. The development deal in several southern African countries will see the end of the Scooters and St Elmo's restaurants, who will be absorbed and transformed into Domino's stores. And Nando's has put its name behind the annual MTV roast festivities again, this time lambasting controversial businessman turned political party leader Kenny Kunene.
Lately I've been feeling rejected and confused. I offered you my services, but you refused. How am I ever gonna make you love me, Kenny, when you don't even want to eat sushi off me?
Taking over from Trevor Noah as the roast master this year was the British comedian Jimmy Carr.
I always wondered what Zimbabwe was like just before it turned to shit. Nice.
The audience was also treated to the likes of fast-talking John Flismus and the socialite Kani Mbao.
I just remembered, you have no money left. I mean, you are taking jobs in...
Another brand emphasizing the importance of having breakfast is McDonald's. Celebrating its second National Breakfast Day by giving away more than 150,000 free Egg McMuffins, the local operation wants to join the ranks of more established markets, such as Australia and Hong Kong, where breakfast sales now make up approximately 25% of the total restaurant business. This is how they did it.
National Breakfast Day is happening around 35 other countries in the Asia, Pacific, Middle East and Africa markets. South Africa is obviously representing the Africa leg of that segment. And today there'll be over 6 million customers serve the Egg McMuffin. What we're trying to do is inspire them to love their mornings by enjoying freshly prepared breakfast to our drive-thrus.
I was actually surprised. I'm loving it.
Today is a breakfast! I'm loving it. Can I try?
Number one. Thank you.
I'm loving it. Love it. It's divine. Brilliant service.
Number one.
Oh, it's lovely. I love it.
Mcmuffins.
Thank you, McDonald's. Thank you.
We need you to come down to McDonald's right now.
McDonald's, the place to be.
Whisky brands globally have been trying to grow their target audience for quite some time now. Making premium brands more accessible to a younger audience is key to that growth. Correspondent Yashini Padayachee got a taste of the finer things in life as she attended the 18-year celebrations of the Chivas brand here in Johannesburg.
The typical Chivas drinker is generally perceived as an older, distinguished man who enjoys the finer things in life. Now, Chivas is keeping with that ideal, but it is looking to target a younger, aspirational market. It believes that the South African market is just the one looking to live that perfect gentleman lifestyle.
But we're targeting a young corporate, 28 upwards, that's vibrant, that wants to show his success and show his status by the brands that he associates with.
Many emerging markets are also embracing the brand, which is surprising for some as Chivas doesn't come cheap.
If you really want to generalize, it's about, I think, look at me, I can afford this. It certainly comes into play, but I do believe, I strongly believe that the fact that consumers aren't scared of paying a premium for a good quality product.
It's also upping its ad game.
We have, I I suppose, a strategic media focus, driving into the season of 2014 over the September, October, November period. Whisky Live is a key period for us, and we're looking at doing something special with Chivas 18 there. This is one of hopefully many to come, but I don't want to let too much of the cat out the bag.
I have a quite unusual job where I get to travel around the world and talk about Scotch whisky.
Part of the marketing plan is introducing its own modern gentleman.
My job is to bring the consumer experience to life. You know, we do events all over the world, but most of my job is involved in not just hosting events or co-hosting events, but actually helping different countries maintaining the standards of what we want our modern gentlemen to see when they go there. Put it to your nose, okay? There's a bit of fruity sort of spice in there.
And as the brand evolves, he hasn't ruled out a softer approach.
Maybe to target the modern gentleman, you don't need a guy to be standing there talking about whiskey. Maybe you do need someone who is, you know, has a certain air of grace about them, who is female, talking about a brand like Chivas, because that ultimately nowadays, when we look at, as a modern guy looking at brands, do we want some guy coming to entertain us, or would we like to see a female do that?
Yashini Padayachee for Mags on Media.
Finally this week, we go behind the scenes of a brand new advertising campaign for the well-loved and homegrown Spur Steak Ranch chain. Haas Advertising was responsible for creating a two-part story that'll speak to the hearts and the wallets of customers.
Broaden their horizons and satisfy their taste for adventure, Christian Columbus and fellow explorers Marco Patel and Vasco da Gama set off on their quest to discover the United Steaks of Spur.
Follow your nose, Vasco.
In the tongue-in-cheek installment, dubbed Explorers, an offer called the United Steaks of Spur has been created, giving steak lovers the best of both worlds, with rump and sirloin cuts all on one plate. The idea is to get customers to experience the subtle difference between the cuts for themselves and then find their favourite. Well, you can let us know what you think about the antics of all the brands covered in the show on Facebook and on Twitter. Goodbye to you, and thank you for watching.
News that moves. enca.com.